right, everybody, welcome to Thursday. Cruising through this week, cruising through this month. We are getting darn close to the end of February. It's a short month to start with, even though it's a longer month this year because it's a leap year, so it's one next day of the month, but still not even 30 days, so still a shorter month. But we are cruising through it anyway, and we're on the heels of March and spring, and wow, can you believe it? It's crazy how fast it's going, but it's all good stuff. All right, headlines. Colorful creature, at least 85 years old, rediscovered. See rare find. Ew, 85 years old? I don't think so. Rare find? Sure, believe that one. All right. NASA just received laser and radio message together from even deeper space. Yeah, that's funny. that would be odd, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it really be odd if NASA said, so you know those Star Wars movies? They're real. They get a radio signal, transforms, it's the sound of a Wookiee. I can't do it. That was terrible. Never mind. All right, next up, fisherman convicted of diverting National Park River in Michigan. Well, what did you think was going to happen? You diverted a river. Did you think nobody was going to notice that the river disappeared in certain areas and went a different direction all of a sudden and saw your footsteps walking away in the sand or dirt or mud or whatever? What did you think was going to happen? I'm just going to, change course of direction of the river. All right. All right, it's Thursday, Independent Living Thursday, and it's a great Thursday. Right? Yeah, it's always a great Thursday. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up in this episode alone. We got lots of stuff that we've been doing, all these new bits. Everyone's getting involved. It's super awesome. We still got more to do. We still got stuff over here that we're going to get to that you haven't seen. That's coming up maybe in March. We got some additional things going to happen over here. We got so much stuff we're still going to do. I'm super excited about this. And one of my new favorite bits is great. Actually, a lot of my bits are my favorite, but this is a good one. We only get it once a week, so we got to appreciate the heck out of it while we can. It is Reactions with Lavelle and Alanna.
Hey guys, happy Thursday. Welcome back to another segment. Right? Reaction to discontinued foods. It's actually not going to be discontinued. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, not foods? It's actually, I know. It's actually not going to be discontinued foods today. Is it going to be discontinued objects, like things we had growing up? No, not, well, yes and no. It's actually going to be a little nostalgia for me and you. Oh yeah, like things we had growing up. Things we had, so we're just going to do a few today. But I surprised you because I know you've been wanting to do this, so. Yeah. All right, let's get into the first one. All right. I want you to tell me if you've seen this one or not. Silly bands! I used to have those when I was younger. I used to love them. What was some of your favorite ones that you can remember? I can't remember. You can't remember? It's been a while. So silly bands were these rubber bands you would wear on, well, obviously as a bracelet. Yeah. But if you would take it off, then it would have little animals or peace sign. Yeah, there was a bunch of different ones. I remember I used to in school, a bunch of people would wear them and we would trade them. Oh, well, I like that one. So then I would take one off of mine that I didn't want. We'd swap them. It would just keep going and going. They're my favorite thing to do. Favorite. Did you do that in school? You would swap them? I don't think so. No? Oh, man. I used to love them. They were my favorite. They were childhood. Yeah. So were mine. And so were mine. All right. Let's go on to the next one. The next one. Fruit snacks. Scooby-Doo fruit snacks. I loved fruit snacks. So did I. I love these ones specifically. I know that they still make them, but the blue ones are different from the Scooby snacks. So you see this color right here? Yeah. They don't make it like that anymore. There's just something about those blue ones that hit different. Oh. Yeah, I think they make It's like a clearish blue now, but it's not as good as those ones were. Those are my favorite. Oh my goodness. All right, ready for the next one?
Yep.
Heelys! Heelys are my favorite. I used to have a black and pink pair.
I never had Heelys.
You didn't?
No.
Oh no, those were my favorite. I used to go around in my neighborhood, just riding around and always falling. But they were my favorite.
That's why I didn't want them.
Because you would fall down.
I was afraid of falling.
No, yeah, I was a very how would you say it?
Clumsy?
Clumsy. Okay. I was a very clumsy person. I remembered the word now.
Thanks to me.
Thanks to you. Thank you, Lavelle. She reminded me. I was a very clumsy person, so I was used to getting hurt. So Heelys were just like my ammo. I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready to take on the world with my Heelys. So, yeah. All right. So move on to the next.
All right.
Club Penguin.
Club Penguin.
Did you ever play that?
No, I didn't play Club Penguin, but my little brother used to.
I know some of you out there have played Club Penguin. Oh my god, this was my jam. My jam. I used to go to school, and then as soon as I'd come back home, I would get my grandpa's like little tiny laptop, and I'd play Club Penguin. It was my favorite. 4 hours? No. Seriously, 4 hours I would play Club Penguin. And you're just these little penguin
Was this
characters.
your favorite game?
It was alongside with Pop Tropica.
Were you obsessed with Club Penguin?
I was. I used to have books, stuffed animals. Yeah, I loved it. Alright, I think there's... Yep, one more.
I had a DS when I was younger. Me, my siblings, and our cousins. We used to play DS together.
Yeah, do you remember that one little room where you could draw each other? You would draw it and you would send it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I used to love playing the DS. One of my favorite games was, it was called Nintendo Dogs. You ever heard of that one?
No.
You just had like a little puppy, you take it for walks, you feed it, give it water, stuff like that. It was cute. I loved it.
That is all the reactions we have for today. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned when we do more reactions next Thursday. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
They gotta do so many different things. The list of things that they can react to, both of them, is massive. And let me tell you, when I mean massive, I mean massive. Lest I digress, we're gonna go back into the bearded past with Zach.
Hey, you guys, how y'all doing today? It's Thursday, and we're gonna go back in the bearded past with Zach, and we're gonna start with some 1504. So we all Christopher Columbus, right? Woo! So Christopher Columbus, 1492. Well, in 1504, Christopher Columbus, he uses his knowledge, right? So he has knowledge because sailors, they used the stars, the sky. That was a very big part of how they could tell where they were going, direction, things like that. Well, Christopher Columbus, being the class act that he always is, he uses the lunar eclipse that night to convince the Jamaican natives to provide him with supplies. Oh man, the guy was a swindler from day one. And I mean, just so you guys know, Christopher Columbus essentially swindled his way into even getting these journeys, you guys. Like, the guy wasn't like some woohoo, we want you. Like, he had to really work hard and swindle his way into getting the money to make these journeys. But in 1940, her performance as Mammy in Gone with the Wind, Hattie McDaniel becomes the first African American to win an Academy Award. Pretty freaking incredible, to be honest with you, because we're still in the midst of not even gotten to the civil rights movement. There's still Jim Crow laws. I mean, that's an incredible achievement, and awesome. I did not know that myself. I've seen the movie, read the book. Of course, it has to do with the Civil War. Of course, I've read it. But point is that that's an incredible thing. Also, too, on this day, we have in 1972, South Korea withdraws 11,000 of its 48,000 troops from Vietnam as part of Nixon's I just watched the documentary on how to say this word the other night. It's Vietnamization and policy in Vietnam War. So the Vietnamization, what that was the Americans were pulling out, all their allies were pulling out. We were now going back to just leaving materials and teaching the South Vietnamese army on how to utilize those things. If you want to watch a good documentary, it's a History Channel, high definition color, Vietnam. It talks a lot about this in the very last episode. And so as part of this plan, South Korea being an ally of ours, having, fought with us in the Korean War and the 38th parallel and all that stuff, they too withdrew their troops as well, and started to. And so what we did is we just slowly started taking troops and eventually got to the point where it was very limited on the, on the ground. And of course, then you guys get that visual, the helicopter and everybody hanging off at the fall of Saigon later on. But it started off intermittent, and we were eventually pulled completely out of Vietnam. The United States and the Taliban signed the Doha Agreement for bringing peace to Afghanistan in 2020. I don't know if we have peace with the Taliban anymore. We're no longer in Afghanistan, and I don't think there was much peace. But at the time, it was, obviously it was a big deal. So, guys, like I said, have fun out there. Have a great weekend. Be safe. And take care, man. Bye.
Very good. Yep, we only get the back in the past once a week. There's so much history to do, but this gives Zach a better opportunity to kind of focus, hone in and focus. Give us some good detail right there. What I do want to check out is, new ways to say things. The ALS phrase of the day, word of the day, has been great. Now let's get into some fun stuff like, casual sayings. When you go to the restaurant, you got to order your... Let's have her tell us.
This is for you, Clayton. Dinosaur chicken nugget. Dinosaur chicken nugget.
Nice job, Serena. Now I know how to order my chicken nuggets in sign language, which is great. Now, if I could just learn to talk like Baby Yoda and sign chicken nuggies, because I like to be, one with the Baby Yoda, chicken nuggies. Actually, he never even says nuggies. That's just a meme, but still funny. I like it. All right, next up, did you know with Zach?
Did you know that Disneyland has underground tunnels?
Did you know that as you walk along Main Street, USA at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom, you're walking on the second floor of the park? Yes, it's true. As you walk through the Magic Kingdom, there's a whole unseen world just below your feet. It's a series of service tunnels called the Utilidors. The name is a mashup of utilities and corridors. The idea came from Walt Disney himself when he was in Disneyland and saw a Frontierland cast member walking into Tomorrowland, and he thought it didn't look right, that it ruined the magic and immersion. The walls are painted a different color depending on which land you're in, or under, I should say. Also, you'll know you're standing beneath Cinderella Castle because there's a very large dip, which had to be created because of the Cinderella moat. Overhead are color-coded pipes and ducts carrying all the necessary utilities to keep the theme park functioning. On the walls are signs and arrows providing directions to the many corners of the park, which can be accessed underground. There's even tiled or polished concrete floors, some with directional stripes, like in a hospital, to help cast members get around. For example, follow the purple stripe to the wardrobe department. It truly is another world down there. People, merchandise, all this stuff constantly in motion. It's crazy. There are forklifts moving inventory to the stores and restaurants above. There are cast members walking to work or heading to a break room or even a meeting room. There are lockers and lunchrooms for the cast members. There's wardrobe, makeup, and personnel departments. Cast members can even do their banking or even get a haircut in the Utilidors. But beyond just getting around, the areas underground are where a majority of Magic Kingdom cast members go to take a break and relax for a bit. There are locker rooms, break rooms, and a cafeteria, as well as grab-and-go food spots located in the tunnels. The cafeteria is known as the Mousecateria, and this is where most of Magic Kingdom cast members grab a quick bite to eat. There are 3 different dining options to choose from, one of which is the popular sandwich chain, Subway.
Yes! Actually, I did know that Disneyland had tunnels underneath it. In fact, there's basically an entire city underneath the entire park at Disneyland and even beyond, because that's where they do all their food service, all their clothing and everything, all the costumes, all the parade stuff. Everything is kept underground at Disneyland. Now, the interesting thing is that when they built Disneyland, they didn't dig way down, build all this stuff, and then build Disneyland on top of it. It's actually the other way around. They built Disneyland and slowly started to build tunnels and structures underneath Disneyland. It's crazy. I mean, it really is an entire ecosystem underneath it. Most of the time you go and you see, a big building and the 5-story building, and that's where they do all their work, but it's the opposite. It's flipped. I don't know how many stories it is, or if it even is 2 stories underneath Disneyland, but because it's a big space, they can really spread out. But it is pretty massive and impressive that they did that. So cool, good information, like it. All right, that is it for Thursday, everybody. Have a great Thursday. Calamity Cooking, 1 o'clock, YouTube Live. We'll see you there for some tasty treats. Learn how to cook some cool stuff. Otherwise, have a great Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow, Friday, on the morning routine. Whoa.